are for that simulation?
I am. Oh, I messaged you it.
Oh, you're Fook.
Yeah, I'm Fook.
Yeah. And who is yours, Tommy?
Let me see. Let me see if I can get in right now. My bad. This has been a busy weekend for me. I haven't even looked at it.
Yeah, no worries, dude. I still don't have my case analysis done.
Nor do I.
I have to do that tonight. I'll be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if like some people don't even do that assignment for the simulation.
Well, it was just so poorly told. I mean, the
Definitely.
video that explained him explaining it was literally 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So
I was like way confused.
See, my video wouldn't ever start up for any of his classes, any of his videos. So it's like kind of
Really?
frustrating. Yeah. So I tried to look at it, see if he had written it down somewhere or like when it was due, like on the whole sheet, and I never saw it.
Dang,
Yeah.
dude.
Computer sucks.
Okay. All right. I'll say the prayer.
all right.
Dear Heavenly Father, we're grateful for this Sabbath day that we're able to meet together. Please bless us so we can have a good discussion and talk about the UpDown case and how we can negotiate splitting up companies and find something that's fair for everyone. And please bless us so we can have a good rest of the night. Say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Yeah. Does anyone have a spiritual thought, or if not, we can just skip it?
Yeah, I mean, I got one.
Okay.
As we all know, with what's happening with this election and just the joke that it is, and everything is basically shot to hell. But
Yeah.
My wife and I, we actually just watched a movie last night. It was called Hillary's America: The History of the Democratic Party, and so we watched this movie, and basically it, like, over the past, I want to say like 2 or 3 weeks, I've been studying like the outcome of America and the prophecies that Joseph Smith has told about how it's going to be like on the brink of destruction before the elders or righteous people will stand up for it. And so, like, just seeing the direction of where our country is going, it's like, like just seeing what's happening to our country is just the prophecies being fulfilled, and how these things are to come to pass before Christ comes. And so it's just a big eye opener of, like, you know, in order for the second coming to happen, prophecies have to be fulfilled. And just seeing the current state of our country and other countries around the world with the leadership and corruption, it's just really good to know that, you know, as long as we are faithful and we stay the course and live the gospel and do the best for our kids, that we will be saved. And so it's just like at that kind of cross point where it's like the end of the world is, you know, it's not too far down the road. So yeah, that's my spiritual thought, is stay true to the gospel. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen.
Yeah, this election's been pretty. I can't really watch it, so I can't watch the debates. It's too much for me.
Yeah.
I've been reading those like WikiLeaks emails and stuff. It's scary stuff, man.
Yeah, really is.
Okay, so I got on the website. So do I just get the case, or how do I get my character?
Oh,
You have to do the survey.
Yeah, it's like a survey about you read this little paragraph about more about your character, and then you answer the survey about like what you think is fair for him and what you want, and then yeah, it should tell you right away who your character is though.
Because I go.
If you look at the top left,
Uh-huh.
it'll say his name.
Okay, so I got on the website and it lets me say like, do I pick run role play? Is that where I go?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And then summary. Okay, you will not be able to review the negotiate until you have been assigned a role. Getting started.
Oh, you haven't been assigned a role?
No.
Oh shoot! Yeah, you got to email the Brother Brown then.
It says, please close your browser and try again later.
Yeah, that didn't happen to me.
Yeah. My bad, guys. This is being stupid.
That's right. Well, you don't need to know your character for this meeting.
Sounds good.
So, yeah, let's bust this out, and then yeah, I'd email Brother Brown and ask him what's up.
Sounds good.
I think he'll probably give people extra time to do it because there's like he's doing a class discussion tomorrow night about it. So,
well, he said he was extending it to 5 p.m. tomorrow.
The assignment.
Yeah.
Or,
like the Harvard role play thing.
Oh, right.
He said that, and I'm pretty sure he sent it in an email.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you have not been assigned a negotiation role by your instructor. So I'll talk to him.
Cool. All right. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 3. So what's one word that describes, well, you guys haven't done your negotiation experience.
Nope.
Well, I guess I'll just say mine was probably I just have to say it was like merit. So the reason I picked that word is because in the first agreement that they made, the 3 founders, it was that the equity is equally distributed, but it's based on merit of each commitment from each founder. So the reason, like my character was Michael, so the reason I was arguing that I should have more equity is because I was like first off, I was the original founder, and then I was working like full time on it. Georg or whatever was in Europe with his family, not doing anything, and then Fook was kind of working for the consulting business. And then so I was like Michael was thinking about it, and he was like, well, based off of merit right now, like I should be having more equity than equal, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one word I'd say.
I kind of thought he kind of bit the bullet a little early because they were going to agree to get to work after he got back from
He did. It was his mistake.
Yeah, so I feel like maybe he should relax a little and maybe wait till after they get back, and if they're not working at the same pace, that's when I'd like kind of change everything. But yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And like in my negotiation, like even though I was Michael, I was kind of like, I don't know. I feel like it wasn't that fair to George because he was also a founder from the beginning, and then Fook ended up getting just as much equity as George, and then Michael got more. But I lowered mine as like much as I could because they shouldn't have made that agreement so quick. They probably should have discussed it.
Yeah, I mean, where I work, it's there's a lot of customers that call in and they have questions about the agreement, and it's like did you read the agreement? Yes, no, I didn't understand it. And it's like, did you sign an agreement? Because when you sign an agreement, you're acknowledging that you understand all of the terms found within the agreement, you know? And so like, and it's when it comes down to the legalities of agreements, what is in the print is is final. And
Yeah.
it's, with as much as it sucks that he, whether it's Michael or someone else, if someone isn't pulling their weight, then it's like, it's a dirtbag move. Nonetheless, like, it's in the agreement, and as much as, someone wants to argue agreements, that's what you agreed to. And so I think that's one of the things looking at agreements is, before making one, knowing what you're getting into. And obviously you can't plan for that for everything, but when it comes to like a startup business, like, there's going to be a lot of risks. And
Good point.
yeah,
can
you guys hear my family?
Yeah,
A
but
little
they're
bit.
kind of quiet. It's
They're
not
so
out.
freaking loud.
It's all good, man.
So can you get a great negotiated outcome for yourself and keep a great relationship? Yeah, I think so. It just depends on like what you're satisfied with, I guess.
Yeah.
Like he got a 5% premium in the first agreement, which I felt was like still pretty good. So Michael was going to get 36%, and then the other guys got 31% both, and then Warren got like 1%.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if everyone's on the same page and like you come to an agreement that everyone is like, happy with,
Yeah.
you can keep a good relationship just as long as you keep that agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to number 4.
We're number 4. So the founders negotiated an agreement in November. Now Michael realizes he's doing most of the work. Is it fair to ask for a renegotiation? Vote yes or no. Why do you think so? I vote yes.
Yeah.
I think yes too. I don't think that any of them signed the agreement.
Yeah, that's the least you can do. Just ask for a bit more since he has been working.
Yeah. Like, when it comes to agreements, like there's no wrong in asking for a renegotiation. I don't think. And, if I were Michael, I would be the same. Like, I would be asking for a renegotiation. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't necessarily mean a renegotiation is going to happen. But, And does he think it is fair to renegotiate? Why or why not?
I think he's willing to renegotiate. I don't think he'll probably won't think it's fair if he gets a bunch of his equity taken, but
yeah, I don't think he's gonna go any lower.
Yeah, but I'm sure that he's willing. Like, it's not unfair to renegotiate. Just
right.
Depends on how the negotiation goes.
Right. Yeah. And when should renegotiation be allowed? Whenever someone feels they're doing more of the work. I think this is like the big issue of this whole case is the timing of when things are done. Because it talks about how Fook, a lot of his work couldn't be done until someone else's work was, until Michael's work was done. And so
That's
for
true.
Michael to say like, I've been doing all the work. Well, of course you have, because I can't do mine until you do yours. Yeah. And so it's like, I think the timing for renegotiation should be whether it's like after the product is launched or as it's launched, it just kind of,
I think that like, he didn't give Fook a chance because, like you said, he was supposed to design the website and everything, but he couldn't do it yet.
Yeah.
But, I think that Michael I think he gave Fook too much equity to begin with.
Yeah.
Because Michael and George were the two co-founders. When you hire a chief technical officer, like what they do is valuable, but they're not an original founder, so don't give them a third of the equity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you could do 25% or 20%. That's still a lot of equity.
Right.
Good luck taking it away.
Yeah. Exactly. So
Yeah.
So was it a good idea to come to an agreement in November? If you say yes, tell your group why.
They should
I
have waited a
don't.
little longer.
I think they should have waited to discuss the equity before.
Mm-hmm.
They should have waited until like right
Yeah.
before they got the angel investor.
What I think they could have done better is made an agreement of what jobs each of them will be doing and their roles in the company.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the percentage of equity or stocks within the company, that is where they should have waited.
Yeah.
Because Michael and Georg, they didn't really define like their roles to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The other thing that just kind of hit my mind is it's also difficult to be able to make an agreement or have additional people come onto the team without some sort of investment or equity. Because, you know, if there's the two co-founders, but they haven't said like, yeah, we'll do 50%, and then, oh, there's another person, so we'll just do 30s across the board.
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying is when they hired the CTO, was it? Oh,
Yeah.
CTO. When they hired him, he's not going to say, yeah, I'll do this with the potential of getting, you know, some stock. Like, you know, you need a substantial amount. Like, I will get this for this job.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's kind of difficult to, at the same time, to not agree to a percentage
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
So it's a tough question.
So who stands to benefit the most from keeping the November agreement? I would say it's Fook.
Fook. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Because he got, you know, a big chunk of equity and he's new to the company. Even though he is going to be a co-founder, still he's the third co-founder, and then he got equal share. So,
Yeah.
Who stands to benefit the most from renegotiating? Obviously, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Who would benefit from waiting until later in the summer? Probably Fook and George or Georg or however you say his name. Georgi.
Discuss how the timing of an equity agreement affects a startup's ability to attract, motivate, and retain founders and early employees. As a group, can you come up with your own rule for when it's the best time to negotiate an equity agreement?
Yeah, I mean, how are you going to bring new people without giving them at least some equity? So I think they put the chips on the table way too soon.
Yeah. And it's funny because my brother, he is currently, he's been working on, he's an entrepreneur and he's done a lot of startups, and a lot of them, actually all of them, have either failed or have diminished. And now he's in one where he's created this company along with so my brother's the CEO and his buddy is the CTO. And it's basically like a cloud operative system in like individual consumers' homes. And so he's going through this right now. And it's been over like the course of a year, 2 years, where he's, you know, you have to get people, just like this case where he has had to get people like Fook and other people to do marketing or other, I guess, things, other roles within the company. And right now they are doing an investment group or investments over the next 60 days. And so it's like I think the timing of an equity agreement, I mean, what he's done is from the start, when it was just him and his partner, the CFO, like the developer behind it, I think from then on they said, okay, from here it'll be just split 50-50, because, and then as soon as they got another person on the team, they reevaluated it every time someone came on. So it was like a constant reevaluation. So I don't think it's like a set in stone this is the rules, this is the contract. It's continually updating. Where are we at?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So number 7 says, look at the results for your class. What do you notice? How well did your team score? So we don't know that.
Pretty sure we scored great.
Well, considering my group was like the only one that met, I think we got first place.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
Good job, Adam.
Feel good.
So, for those who played the roles of Michael and George, what do you think Fook wanted most from this negotiation? I think he just wanted to
his equity.
keep his equity about the same. Once we have heard from Michael and George, let's have Fook tell us what was the most important to him.
Well, I was Fook, so the most important thing to him was obviously retaining equity.
Yeah. And I think the salary was pretty important to him too.
Yeah, that was the other big thing is his salary, because
You'd be
his
taking a
salary
big
dropped from 200 grand a year to 40. So yeah, that was a big thing.
Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you this, but my group ended up with doing. I got 40.5% equity. Then George got 29.5. Or no, George got 29. Fook got 29, and then Warren got 1.5%. But then we gave Fook 80,000 a year salary, and then Fook did not get any seed equity, so that went to George and Michael. But so now revisit the team scores, looking at the top 1 or 2 teams. So we can't answer that.
Mm-hmm.
As a team, draft a new agreement that includes changes that would improve the results of attracting, motivating, and retaining the right people. Consider including the following features. Equity is earned as each member achieves milestones, vesting over time, an option pool or equity set aside to be earned later. So what kind of agreement do you guys think would improve the company?
So are we just making it for the 3, I guess, Gorg, Michael, and Fook?
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it would be fair to give George a premium too on Fook.
Yeah.
Because of his time, like, with the company. I mean, Michael, I don't even know if he should get a whole, 40%, where both the other guys are getting 29, because he didn't even give them time to prove themselves. So I think Michael deserves a slight premium. I think George deserves a slight premium, maybe a little bit less than Michael, and then Fook should stay around 30%. But maybe Michael at like 36 and George at like 34, something like that.
I think also because it talks about equities earned at each member achieves milestones. And so, and just like what we were talking about, how Fook wasn't able to do his part until Michael did his part. And so I think equity should be earned, not given.
Yeah.
And that's regardless of their position. It's like, Michael's the founder, but if he doesn't do any of the work, like, why does he get the most equity? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Well,
so I think,
founders get kicked out of companies all the time.
Yeah.
So if they're not doing anything, then they're just going to throw money at the founder and get him like, leave so we can manage this company and just take some money. Like, they're not going to get that, they're not going to keep a lot of equity.
Yeah. So, and then, I think the same kind of goes like for equity set aside to be earned later. I think it would be smart to say at the beginning, instead of dividing up the whole 100% worth of equity at the beginning, say divide the 30% to 10% into equal parts. So everybody would get 10% at the beginning, and then depending on your workload and your accomplishments over the next, X amount of years, we would then distribute that 70% to whoever is working most.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Because that way it's like everyone's still getting, everyone starts on the same playing field. And then if you want it, you go and earn it.
Yeah. I also think that they should have waited until like they had enough money to give a salary to Michael and George.
Yeah.
Because with Michael and George not getting salary, that makes them like kind of have a chip on their shoulder for giving Fook salary. But
oh, absolutely.
Fook needs a salary because he's taken a huge pay cut.
Yeah.
But then Michael and George are like, well, you shouldn't get as much as us because you're getting paid salary and we're not. So they shouldn't. That's kind of like a bad situation.
Yeah. They really shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah. But yeah. You guys have anything else to just want to talk about? Or?
I'm good.
I don't think so.
All right.
Thanks for meeting up, guys.
Cool. Yeah, thanks, guys. Sorry it was late notice.
No, not a problem.
No, we're good.
All right. Well,
Okay.
We'll probably meet Wednesday.
7?
Okay.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Yep.
6 or 7. Probably 7.
Sounds good.
All right.
Take it easy, guys.
All right.
Awesome.
See you guys.
See you, Adam. See you, Tommy.
Take care, man.